Subcommittee on Energy, Climate, Grid Security now come to order. Chair will recognize himself for 5 minutes for an opening statement. First off, thank you all for being here today. We're going to pause just a minute and remember the folks in Hawaii and California, Florida, Vermont, everywhere that's been affected, and ask that you keep them in your prayers. And so subcommittee today is on keeping the lights on, enhancing reliability and efficiency to power American homes. Our goal in the Energy and Commerce Committee is to enact policy that delivers affordable, reliable, and clean energy to all Americans. Unfortunately, energy policy coming out of the Biden administration prioritizes the green transition over security and reliability. This July, the North American Electric Reliability Corporation, or NERC, released a report that identified energy policy as one of the biggest threats to the reliability of the grid. The report specifically cites actions by policymakers to pursue renewable energy as a threat to grid security. There's a looming resource adequacy crisis. We all need to take this warning seriously and do more to ensure reliability and affordability of the energy system. FERC has allowed the distortion of market incentives, such as state and federal subsidies aimed at promoting the deployment of renewables, to interfere with electricity price formation. This has contributed to the early retirement of reliable generation assets like nuclear and natural gas. Other factors contributing to these early retirements are unrealistic environmental policies like the EPA's unlawful Clean Power Plan 2.0 and the agency's overarching power plant electricity generating unit strategy. NERC predicts power plants will have to comply with standards by limiting their hours of operation, taking more reliable generation off the grid. According to NERC, the vast majority of this country faces potential blackouts. These vulnerabilities are not a result of severe weather or lack of transmission capacity, but it's because of reliable, dispatchable, firm generation units are being retired at an alarming rate. Prices have skyrocketed and reliability has been compromised. Americans are paying more for less. We must focus on preserving resource adequacy. My bill, which we are reviewing today, the Guaranteeing Reliable Infrastructure Development, or GRID Act, would amend the Federal Power Act to require coordination between FERC and any federal agency promulgating a regulation that could threaten the reliability of the bulk power system. I hope all my colleagues on this committee will join me in this important effort. As we heard at our field hearing in Moore County, North Carolina back in June, the Biden administration is also pursuing energy efficiency standards that put reliability at risk, in particular their proposed distribution transformer standards. DOE already mandates distribution transformers be manufactured at an incredibly high efficiency standard. They're already at 99.53% efficient. This new rulemaking will increase the efficiency by only a fraction of a percentage point, but significantly disrupt the production of transformers, which utilities already have difficulty producing. I know many of us on this committee have heard from our utility providers and developers about the shortage of transformers that allow manufacturing and residential development production to happen. To address this supply chain crisis, we're reviewing Congressman Hudson's bill today, which will prohibit the DOE from imposing new efficiency standards for distribution transformers until 5 years after the enactment of this act. It's also clear this administration is using appliance and efficiency standards as part of their agenda to electrify everything and pursue climate objectives over consumer choice. These new standards will increase the cost of appliances for Americans and limit the availability of consumer options. Congresswoman Lesko's bill would address this issue by amending the Energy Policy and Conservation Act to prohibit the DOE from prescribing any new or amended efficiency standards that are not technologically feasible or economically justified. The Biden administration used efficiency standards to target gas appliances disproportionately, despite the latest DOE numbers that indicate electricity costs 3.3 times higher than natural gas. The whole-of-government approach to the green energy transition has driven up the cost of energy and household necessities for Americans and jeopardized our energy security. I look forward to hearing from our witnesses today on how we can reverse course and their perspectives on the bills we're reviewing today. So I'll now recognize Ranking Member DeGette for 5 minutes.